And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. Then, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs are anointed, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, and so much that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22 to 24. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachah Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I believe today is the 10th, all right, May 10th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, and as we read, okay, actually in the very verse above, which is the 21st verse in Matthew, the 24th chapter, all right, Yahushua talks about a great tribulation, okay, that one that has the world has never witnessed, all right, from the beginning of time, okay? So we're inching closer and closer to that time, but the very key point is that we're living in a time of great deception, okay? Great deception that if it were possible, all right, they would have deceived the very elect, but it's not possible, all right? And when I say they, all right, we're talking about the elites, all right, of this world, the power, okay, that rules this age, all right, before the return of our Lord, okay, and that's known as the Edomites of the Bible, okay, Esau, Edom, the power, all right, of destruction, the son of perdition, okay, the man of sin, all right, and I have an article here, all right, which states Vatican preparing guidelines for apparitions, other supernatural phenomena, okay, so again, living in those times where these devils are basically, pulling out all the stops, all right, in order to deceive the whole entire planet and to shift the world spiritually, all right, into that so-called New World Order, one world religion bullshit. Okay, and when we go according to the words of Albert Pike, all right, with all the hell that hits this earth, okay, after that they will bring about the so-called the full manifestation of the Luciferian doctrine is what they said. All right. And we know that's not going to happen. All right. So they will make the attempt. And part of the attempt is what we're about to read right now. OK, it says apparitions are appearances or communication with divine beings such as saints, angels, or Christ himself. Now, I'm going to read it verbatim. All right. So you're going to hear me say Christ, which does sound crazy. But if I can't help it, I'm just going to use the proper terminology. All right. So it says the Vatican, okay, is preparing to release a document giving guidance on how to discern supernatural phenomena. Okay. And that's the first red flag right there. Okay. Because we know that the Vatican is actually the false prophet. Okay. That's written of in the scriptures. Okay, when you go into the book of Revelation, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let's see. The false prophet. Let's see what we get. This is a book of Revelation. Let's see. Right, there's a book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 13. It says, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." Okay, and those the 3 unclean spirits, all right, like frogs, is referring to the economic, the military, and the religious powers that Esau rules the world with. Okay, you have London, you have DC, and you have the city of Rome, all right, or the Vatican City. Okay, so those 3 is where these devils or these elites use as a vantage point over the planet. Okay, and the false prophet is in charge of the religious aspect. Okay, the most the biggest denomination, all right, on the planet, I believe, is Christianity, followed by Islam. Okay, and these two were created by the Vatican, or the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, which is the false prophet. Okay, quite literally. Okay, the Vatican is the false prophet. When you break down that word Vatican, all right, you have Vatic or Vatis. Okay, V-A-T-I-C or V-A-T-I-S. Okay, which means a prophet or a soothsayer. Okay, and then the Khan, all right, it represents it means serpent in the Mayan language. Okay, so you put that word together, all right, Vatican, all right, you have a soothsaying serpent or a soothsaying prophet. Okay, a prophet or a serpent prophet. Okay, so when you put those words together, false prophet and so on and so forth, you get divination by the serpent. Okay, which comes from Esau Edom's religious aspect, which is the Vatican or the Roman Catholic Church. All right, in the scriptures is known as the false prophet. Okay, so it's a divination by the serpent. All right, Vatican. Okay, so now you got the Vatican, all right, in the year 2024 AD, coming out and saying that they're about to prepare a document that's going to give guidance on how to discern supernatural phenomena. It's very interesting, right? Because now we're in the time of AI, okay, which is going to lead me to something else, which I'm going to get after this. But let's read. It says, the Holy See Press Office, right? The C is spelled S-E-E, okay? The Holy See, like to see something, right? Press Office announced the upcoming document will be published May 17th with a live streamed press conference featuring prefect for the dicastery for the doctrine of the faith, Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez. Fernandez has previously said the dicastery is in process of finalizing a new text with clear guidelines and norms for the discernment of apparitions and other phenomena, according to the National Catholic Register. Okay, and the word Catholic means universal. Okay, so again, going back to the point that they're trying to push for this whole so-called one world religion, all right, it will come out of no other than the Catholic Church or the Vatican. Okay, the false prophet. Okay, it says an apparition refers to an instance in which a divine entity, such as a saint, the Virgin Mary, or Christ himself, makes itself known to a person on earth. The concept is a recurring theme in the Bible, and most Christian denominations affirm the belief that such brushes with the supernatural can still occur today in various capacities. Okay? It says the Catholic Church urges extreme prudence before ascribing phenomena to a supernatural force, warning that being too quick to attribute divine origin to explainable occurrences can damage the faith and warp belief. Okay, so that's one thing that they're very afraid of, is anything that's going to shake, all right, their spell that they've cast on the people. Okay, that so-called bind that they have through their religious practices that they have on the minds of the people. Right? Look no further than the so-called Christians. Okay, they are the best example of what happens to you when you are under the spell of the devil. Okay, they're caught in that spell and they can't get out of it. All right, it says alleged apparitions are usually documented and scrutinized by the diocesan bishop's office, then forwarded to Rome for further investigation. It says the last time the Vatican Doctrinal Office released guidance on apparitions was in 1978 under Pope Paul VI. That document, norms, there's a document named Norms Regarding the Manner of Proceedings in the Discernment of Presumed Apparitions or Revelations, was released due to the increased influence of mass media. Right? So they did something back in 1978 due to the increased influence of mass media. So what about now? Right? When you have so-called AI to the point where people can't even differentiate what's real and what's not. They got something known as deep fake. Okay. And all these things, you don't think Esau is going to use that to bring some form of confusion upon the face of the earth? I mean, the Lord said it, right? That let's bring that back. Matthew 24:24 says, "For there shall arise false anointed and false prophets," right? False prophets, the false prophet, the Vatican, right? "And shall shew great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." Okay, but remember, the elect are already sealed. The elect have the understanding of the scriptures. The elect understand how the end times actually happens. Compared to the rest of the world who are caught in their delusions, all right, they're not going to see this so-called performance, is what I'm going to call it, all right, by use of AI. They're not going to see it as what it is. They're going to think of it as something supernatural, like, oh my goodness, you know, just like how they got people back in which we're going to read, the miracle of Fatima. Okay, same thing. All right, they use certain technology, which I remember this back in high school. I questioned that shit. I used to question that a lot. Like, oh, so people actually saw this what they call Our Lady of Fatima, and then there's another one, Our Lady of Guadalupe or some shit like that. Okay. And they were like, oh, you know, the Virgin Mary appeared to people and all these different things, you know, all that, you know, lady woman worship bullshit. Okay. So again, another miracle is about to take place and is going to deceive, all right, those who are not of the elect. Okay. That's how strong and powerful this deception is going to be. Okay. It says the miracle of Fatima in 1917 is perhaps the most well-documented apparition in the modern day. After an alleged series of appearances by the Virgin Mary to several peasant children that promised a public miracle, tens of thousands of people in Fatima, Portugal, claimed to witness the sun move erratically across the sky and produce radiant colors for several minutes. The Catholic Church recognized, so that was back in 1917, and just that little as erratically, the sun moving erratically across the sky and producing radiant colors for several minutes, stuck in people's heads to the point where they actually believed that they saw the Virgin Mary, man. Okay. And what did she look like? Was she a so-called white woman, like they show you in the churches, or was she actually what she was, which is a so-called black woman? Okay. It says the Catholic Church recognized the supernatural aspect of the event in 1930. Pope Pius the 12th formally approved the Fatima apparitions a decade later. Last month, the Vatican released a document providing guidance on the place of human dignity in the modern age. The document denounced gender theory, gender transitions, and surrogate pregnancies as violating basic moral precepts. Yeah, but yet the Pope is pushing for same-sex marriages, though, right? Okay, so it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay, and that's why the Most High is going to destroy, all right, the Vatican and all that bullshit that they got going on. Okay, that's why the scriptures tell you, all right, that the false prophet and the beast were both taken. Okay, and they were put into they were cast alive into a lake of fire. Okay, so that means what the Vatican, the whole entire concept of the so-called universal knowledge of Catholicism, all right, will be destroyed. Okay, now this deception that they're gonna bring about, okay, which is something that we've been known for years, okay, something that, you know, people call a conspiracy theory, but is actually a fact. Okay, and I believe they're gonna be pulling this shit very, very soon, and that's known as Project Bluebeam. Okay, and I'm gonna read a little bit about Project Bluebeam so you understand what it is and how they're going to use it to push for that so-called one world religion destination that they so badly want to reach. Okay, it says, let me see right here. Project Bluebeam has long been a topic of intrigue and debate. This theory, shrouded in mystery, suggests that NASA, right, is in collaboration with the United Nations, harbors plans to usher in a new world order using advanced holographic technology, something they already have right now as we speak. Okay? The objective? To simulate events of cosmic or religious significance, thereby uniting the world under a single banner. All right? So, could that be why the Vatican all of a sudden is preparing guidelines for apparitions or supernatural phenomena? Maybe. Let's see. It says, such a proposition naturally raises eyebrows and questions. While some view it as a mere conspiracy, others see it as a revelation of hidden agendas. No matter what you think, many people are talking about the theory right now. So let's get a little bit on what this theory is all about and how it came about. It says the origins of Project Bluebeam theory, or the Project Bluebeam theory, trace back to the 1990s. Serge Monast, a Canadian journalist, was among the first to introduce this theory to the public. Monast claimed that NASA, with the backing of the United Nations, was plotting to establish a single global religion. This, he believed, was a stepping stone to a broader objective, the establishment of a new world order. Monast's revelations were based on alleged internal documents and insider testimonies. He posited that the project would be executed in 4 distinct phases, each more audacious than the last. The culmination would be a series of grand holographic displays simulating religious events to deceive the masses. Okay, that's why the scripture says, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. That's the whole point of all this shit. It's for deception. Grand deception. The perception deception, man. Okay, it says the implications of such a project, if true, are profound, meaning they're deep. The fusion of technology and religion could reshape societal structures and beliefs, and that's exactly what they want. Okay, in order for them to officially bring about that so-called Luciferian doctrine, which is all Satanism, they have to destroy the beliefs that people have through delusions, through confusion. Okay, that's what Albert Pike said. That at the end of all this conflict, the Christians with stuck with no direction or nowhere to look, they're gonna just open up to the full manifestation of the Luciferian doctrine. Okay, and you fake ass Christians, you pagan ass Christians, guess what? This is your comeuppance. All right, you don't believe the truth. You wanna believe a lie. This is where the Lord gets you. Okay, it says, yet for every believer there are skeptics. Many question the feasibility of such a vast undertaking, both technologically and logistically. In the realm of conspiracy theories, Project Bluebeam stands out. Its blend of technology, politics, and religion offers a tantalizing narrative. But as with all theories, it's essential to approach with caution, seeking evidence and maintaining a discerning eye. That's why, again, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible, okay? Because the elect are only waiting for our Lord Yahushua to come back. So all this deceptive bullshit, we already see through it. All right, we see through it. It says the core tenets of Project Bluebeam. At the heart of Project Bluebeam, or the Project Bluebeam theory, lie its core tenets, a series of steps that outline the alleged plan's progression. It says the first step, as described, revolves around the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. This would involve altering historical records and religious doctrines to create inconsistencies. That is why they want to demonize the truth. Okay, because right now as it stands, the true men of the Lord are the only ones who are able to bring that connection of how things used to be, how things are now, and how things ought to be. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. The prophets of the Lord are the bridge between the ancient world and the future. Hence, we are the prophets. So we are the ones who are bringing things back into the memory, right, of how things used to be, right, which is all history, the truth, the whole truth. How things are now, which is all degeneracy, bullshit, sins, wickedness, and how things ought to be, which is a world of righteousness. Okay? And the process to get there is the manifestation of the prophecies. That's why we're here. See, but they have a problem with that. In order for them to have their so-called New World Order stand, they have to destroy everything we're saying, because it's coming staunchly against what their plans are. Okay? See, now all of a sudden, everybody's going into the Bible to read about the Bible and so on and so forth. So it's harder for them to bring about those lies. But ultimately, you can read the Bible all you want. If you're not of the elect, the understanding, which is the key, you're not going to get. Okay? And they're banking on that. They're banking on us not being out there to give the understanding of the scriptures, because if that's the case, then guess what happens? Their plans are all faltered. Okay? It says, this would involve altering historical records and religious doctrines to create inconsistencies. The goal? To usher in a new understanding, one that challenges established beliefs and paves the way for a unified global religion. That is why they're pushing all these different LGBT no IQ people into the churches now. All of a sudden, these so-called pastors are accepting of this new age of thinking. Okay, this faulty philosophy of wickedness. Okay, that's all you see nowadays. You know, they're trying to use these gaslighting tactics. Oh, if you don't accept this, then why are you getting your feelings hurt? Oh, God, a true God doesn't allow this. A true God is loving, regardless of your sex, your sexual orientation, and your beliefs and your creed and all this madness. Right? That's why this place is going to be completely destroyed. Right? It's all going to be destroyed. When the Lord sends his son back down here, all he's going to do is two things: destruction and deliverance. Okay? He's destroying all the shit that's going on around the world. Like the scripture says, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay? And he's going to deliver his elect. Matthew 24 and 30, 31. Okay? So that's what we're waiting for. All right, all this Project Bluebeam bullshit is only going to get those who are not of the elect. All right, even when you tell them, they're still not going to believe it. Okay? It says, next, the theory posits a grand spectacle, a gigantic space show. Using advanced holographic technology, three-dimensional images would be projected onto the Earth's atmosphere. These displays, varying by region, would depict significant religious figures or events. The intent is clear: to convince the masses of a divine intervention or extraterrestrial contact. There you go. Okay, there you go. And that's what they're going to show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Okay, once again, the Vatican, all right, the soothsayer, the false prophet, okay, divination by the serpent. Okay, they set all this shit up, working with NASA, which I believe NASA means what? Serpent, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and then when you look at the Vatican, there's certain images of the Vatican that dead ass looks like a snake, like a serpent, for real. Okay. It's like their whole entire shit is built to mimic that of a serpent, man. But anyway, let's keep going. It says, the audacity of these initial steps is undeniable. If executed, they will not only challenge our understanding of history, but also our very perception of reality. That's the trick. Okay? When you have all these different gadgets that people are wearing, putting on their faces, on their heads and shit, right? The Metapon, okay? And they're fast approaching where they want to put these things in people's brains, all right? We see where this is all going, okay? A life of false reality, man, right? If you want to call it that, okay? It says the implications are vast, touching on faith, science, and the human psyche. As we delve deeper into the theory, the scale and ambition of the alleged project become even more evident. Okay? And of course, you have NASA that's going to play a role in this. Okay? The United Nations going to play a role in this. Okay? The technological advancements, okay, is made leaps and bounds, right, to be able to bring this so-called holographic projection into reality. Okay? And of course, the minds of the people being conditioned for some type of spectacle like that. That whole sensationalism of technology, and it's gonna change the way people think. Okay, it's gonna completely change the way people think, man. All right, the combination of fear, curiosity, okay, and of course confusion. That's all they need. Okay, that's all they need, man. All right, and they're going to definitely get a lot of people, all right, to bow the knee based on all these things that's going to be happening upon the face of the earth. Okay, so hey, man, we going to see. All right, we're going to see how they're going to bring this all out, but just keep an eye out. Okay, because the Vatican now coming out talking about they're going to be preparing guidelines for apparitions. Right, so hey, Project Bluebeam, be on the lookout for it. Okay, be on the lookout for it. But I'm gonna close it out with this quick precept here. Let's see. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse 9. It says, actually, you start off at verse 6. It says, "And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time." Okay, and that's talking about Esau, Edom, the powers that be. Okay, it says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." Right, because that same spirit, right, was going back during the time of the Roman Empire. Okay, the Apostle Paul was alluding to that. Okay, and those same spirits are back here again in the reincarnation. All right, known as America Babylon the Great. Okay, when you go down to DC, all right, all you see is images that look just like Rome. All right, the founding fathers, so-called founding fathers, came over here, all right, with the intention of rebuilding Rome all over again. Okay, and you look no further than DC, all right, District of Columbia. Okay, that's a city-state, if you will. Okay, just like the city of London and the Vatican City, these are three different city-states, as we read in the book of Revelation about the three spirits, the unclean spirits like frogs. Okay, so the mystery of iniquity doth already work. So they were already doing their demonic shit all the way back then. Okay, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Hence you have the Illuminati, the secret society. Okay, to be revealed means that there was something that was being done in secrecy. Okay, so now the truth is revealing all the stuff that they were doing in behind closed doors, which is all wickedness. That's why it had to be hidden, because if it's done in the open, people will automatically reject it. Okay, it says, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which are the prophets, right? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming," which is Yahushai. Okay, "even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders." Okay, "and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of truth, that they might be saved." Okay, so that ties in perfectly with Matthew 24 and 24, that all these things that's going to happen is only going to get those who are not of the elect. Okay, those who are of unrighteousness. Okay, those who did not receive, right, the love of truth. Okay, the love of this truth. All right, that they might be saved. So that means they're going to be destroyed. All right, they're going to take on this bullshit. They're going to end up taking that MOTB and they're going to be destroyed. All right. So anyway, I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, you were edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Shalom.